Sitting here getting a fat bitch on. I guess I have a lot to say today. Yesterday, right before he left office, President Joseph Robinette Biden gave some pardons and some preemptive pardons. Now, I've heard some people clutch their pearls and say, those aren't legal, those aren't just made up. Well, guess who gave the first preemptive pardon? President Gerald Ford to President Nixon. So it was a Republican pardoning a Republican with a preemptive pardon. So you guys are the ones that set the standard. So he gave them to his family members, which I'm all for. He gave them to General Milley, the entire January 6th committee. And I never thought I would be happy to see the daughter of Dick Cheney get a preemptive pardon, but yeah, Liz got a preemptive pardon too, because these people were basically on the list for people that Humpty Dumpty McAss Crack, the banjo playing cat turd, wants to get retribution and vengeance against. However, the most notable to me was Dr. Fauci. Now, I don't know why Dingle Dongle McBongle Fongle, the vapid bag of dog vaginas, doesn't like Dr. Fauci, other than Dr. Fauci is smarter than most people and actually did help us get through COVID, unlike Cheeto Tweedolini, the tiny-headed dictator. Dr. Anthony Fauci served under 7 presidents, starting with St. Ronald Reagan. He served under Democrat and Republican presidents. He's been given the Medal of Freedom. He has a laundry list of awards that have been given to him. He worked on swine flu. He worked on Ebola. He worked on COVID-19. He worked on H1N1. You name it, he's worked on it. He was one of the first people from the government that actually sat down with the gay community when we had the AIDS crisis. He said, how can we make this stop so it's not just a death sentence? And now it is a manageable disease. That you would have to protect a physician that Reagan, George H.W. Bush, George W. Bush all worked under successfully, from the current monster in the White House behind the Resolute desk, is very telling. However, I do think these preemptive pardons may save our country a lot of money in unnecessary and idiotic, endless Senate congressional hearings about blah, blah, blah. Right. Kind of like Benghazi. What other president has ever had an enemies list? I'm so glad Biden did that. Well done, Uncle Joe. You weren't perfect, but that was fierce.